Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time once again. It's time for that podcast heard, well, around a few places, by tens of listeners. It's time for the Department of Understanding Humans, the podcast. That's right, the podcast, featuring your ringmasters for the day, that stupendous, giggle-snorting gal, Friday herself, Rachel Wynn, and now her co-host actually has a name, that cranky clown you love to adore, Chris Meyer. And on with the show!
D.U.H, Department of Understanding Humans, yeah!
Bonjour.
Buongiorno! Como allez-vous?
And good day.
Shabbat!
Pleased to be meeting you on the glorious day for podcast.
It's good podcast day, yeah. It's a good day for podcast.
Sorry, I've had people sending me random messages via the social media, and it's like, hello, good podcaster. My name is Greg. I would like to talk to you about new business opportunity here for podcasting.
I've gotten a couple of those. I actually got one that this girl, I mean, she was super sweet. Like, I almost was like, you're so cute, I want to pinch your cheeks. You're just so cute.
Right.
She was just like, hi, I help podcasters get more downloads and all this other stuff, right? This huge spiel. Then she says that she has a Fiverr page, but it's been discontinued. It's been blocked. It's been shut down.
Right.
I'm like, wait, what? So I'm like, can you give me a couple names of podcasts that you've helped get these numbers that you claim I can get within like 30 days or less? Well,
not really.
No, because no. And I'm like, I think I'm good. Really, I like my tens of listeners because I've gotten it honestly with hard work. And
exactly. I think we're good. Good. Thank you very much.
And because I love them very much, thank you.
This is all we need to know. You have
nothing. You have nothing.
Yeah, you got nothing to offer. Thank you very much.
Unlike Joe Biden.
We're done. Ooh, Joe. Creepy Uncle Joe.
Oh my
touchy.
gosh. Okay, so I know you've got a soapbox rant that you want to go on with this, but I just want to, I want to spark your soapbox rant with two things.
Okay. You want to light the firecracker?
I'm going to light... Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to completely rail Joe Biden in the next 5 minutes. Okay, so for anybody who's not following the news, doesn't play on Twitter at all, has no Facebook feed ever. For those of you who have never seen a picture of Joe Biden hugging someone or in their personal space, you're really missing out. Not.
And there's video of him with children now, and somebody's like, do you see how he touches children, like young daughters?
That's what I wanted to say. Like, okay, so there is like, okay, number one, rock on SNL for finally being an equal opportunity insulter. Because apparently Saturday Night Live finally did a Joe Biden joke, a creepy Joe Biden sensitivity training joke on Saturday Night Live. Because what I think is so funny about that is they have been always attacking the right and always attacking Republicans and always attacking conservatives, making fun of every, Republican candidate, person, whatever. I mean, they've gone after Trump and his camp for a long time. But to see them bring up something like this where he's headbutting people and touching them inappropriately.
Listen, Joe, I mean, when they interview him about it and ask him the questions, Biden's just kind of going like, well, I mean, he was at something with photograph, excuse me. I mean, my brain's moving faster than my mouth can keep up with. He was on stage with these young children.
Yes. It was the
and he was
electric
making jokes. making real dumb jokes like, I have your permission to touch you, right?
Right. Yeah. And he opened up, it was the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. He was a keynote speaker. And he comes up and he opens with, by the way, he gave me permission to hug him. And there was like a chuckle, ha 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 ha. Well, then there's pictures of him. He turns around and there's a line of kids and there's a little boy standing there and he wraps his arm around the little boy and hugs him real close to his hip. And then he turns around and he goes, by the way, he gave me permission to touch him. And I'm like, that doesn't make this right, dude. And then he ushers them off the stage to go sit at the edge of the stage because he didn't want them standing during the entire time. And he comes back and he goes, sorry, guys, for taking so long, but everybody knows I love children more than I love people. Like, I like children more. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I kind of look at the guy and go, you have a serious allegation against you. And you making jokes about it, you may think you're diffusing the situation, making light of it.
You're really making it worse, dude.
But you're making it worse because the people that you think are on your side, the whole Me Too movement thing, they're kind of looking at you going, no, you're not taking this seriously.
And he's doing exactly what the whole Me Too movement started about. The misogynistic protagonist of, inappropriate touching. All along that line, Alyssa Milano takes to Twitter and supports him. And here's my favorite tweet of hers. I'm not following her, but I just kind of scroll through every now and then. So she tweets on April 5th, she tweets, I believe women. It's my opinion that you can't conflate the violent criminal sexual assault described by Dr. Ford and an uncomfortable invasion of personal space and boundaries described by Flores. These two things are not the same, no matter how hard your network tries to spin it. So then another person responds to her, and she says, since you responded, why did you say you believe Brett Kavanaugh's accusers, but you are making excuses for Joe Biden? Christine Ford's own friend said she never met Kavanaugh. Ford changed her story multiple times, yet there are numerous photos and videos of Biden harassing women.
Right, exactly.
I'm just going to leave that there, and now you have the floor. Here is your soapbox.
We could go on and on and on about Joe, okay? Joe, listen, Joe's an easy target. That's just easy. That's no challenge for Joe. Mm-hmm. I mean, creepy Uncle Joe. We knew he was a loon when he took the Presidential Medal of Freedom or whatever the thing, the award Obama was giving to celebrities. And Joe had that look as he was putting on the medal going, in brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my light. No, Joe. No, you're not the Green Lantern now, Joe. You're not Green Lantern, Joe.
I can just imagine that too.
I could just see it on his face. He was like, it's almost like he heard, da, 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 da. I have the mantle of L upon me. I am super. No, Joe. Just. No, Joe. No.
So, he also, where was it? What was it? Oh God, I was thinking about it when you were doing. Trump. Okay, so.
Yeah.
Okay, again, I appreciate that he's kind of, bringing himself down to the level of the people. But did you see what Trump
you're
did?
You're president now. You don't need to do that stuff.
He put on there.
Yeah, I saw it. It's funny, but at the same time, I'm going,
what about presidential? Don't you understand, dude? It's good to see that you're still being professional and presidential. Yeah. No. Bad Don. No.
Bad Donald.
Oh my God.
The funny part on our soapbox rant here is your girl Alyssa, where she goes to see the governor. She went and she was live streaming on seeing the governor and making, and just berating his assistant. Well, I work here, so he should make time to see me. Now, there was a state senator there, apparently, to see the governor. And he went, hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? They're interacting. He goes, can I ask you a question? What district are you from?
I love that video. Yes. And she goes, don't interrupt me.
I'm not from any district. He goes, do you vote here? No, I'm not from, I don't vote here. I work here.
Well,
As if that's just as
have
important.
to be here? Yeah, the question was, do you vote here? What district are you from? The answer to both of those were, no, I don't. No, I don't live here. Then the governor doesn't have time for you.
Her big thing about that was she was escorting voters in. And I'm like...
No, she wasn't.
Well, I've got people outside that I can bring in. And I'm like, what? They can make an appointment just like everybody else. So the secretary gives her a business card and says she's like, well, can I call him? Can I make an appointment to talk to him on the phone? She says, no, but you can email him. Here's his card with his email address.
So you can email him.
And I'm like, who do you think you are? I mean, seriously, I work here too, but I have to follow the rules. I vote in Henry County, okay? But I still have to follow the rules. Just because you're a Hollywood princess doesn't mean you get special privilege. Who's a pretty princess?
I think you're taking her term of Hollywood princess a little too far. I can't really remember Alyssa Milano in anything as of recently.
She's got a couple things that she did.
Like what?
Okay, so she's doing something for Netflix right now that I have no intention of watching because it sounds like crap and it's Alyssa Milano.
Next.
A couple years ago, she was working on a show that was about husbands and wives, and it was called Mistresses. And
a couple of years ago.
It was a couple of years ago, and then I don't know whatever happened with that. I think she's made a couple cameos in a few things. I don't recall her in any movies within the last 10 years. I think the last movie I knew of her being in was the sequel to Poison Ivy, and that wasn't even that good, and I think it went straight to VHS. Just say.
It's almost a Kathy Griffin type move to get their name out there in the light. Boy, it's kind of odd that her show coincided with this whole thing and why she's in Georgia and why she's all of a sudden... You know, she mentions her show, doesn't she, a little bit? Or maybe a lot?
I think she mentions it, because I'm in Atlanta filming this show called Blanc, and I'm like, that's ironic. Yeah, so... But at the same time, if you do scroll her Twitter feed, she is posting a lot of different social justice warrior stuff. I'm sure you may have noticed because
with a blurb about her show in there somewhere. Yeah,
something like that. Those of us who are in Atlanta, and then of course, and that's the tease of human nature. Because I'm in Atlanta. Well, wait, does she live in Atlanta? Let me Google why Alyssa Milano's in Atlanta.
Clickbait, baby, clickbait.
And that's exactly what it is. It's a marketing technique. Now,
clickbait.
I mean, one of my favorite things that I did this week regarding this was she posted her side. She is an assistant or something following her and recording her side of it. Like, I saw the side where the reporter recorded her talking to the senator or the other congressman, and then somebody has her side of it, like they're videotaping on her end, and so she posts that to her Twitter saying, "I'm standing in solidarity with women." And I'm like, no, you're not. You don't represent me. Don't just because I'm female, don't lump me into that category. Period. I don't want Alyssa Milano standing for me. I don't believe in anything she believes in. I have no desire to be a part of anything she's a part of. I liked her in Charm for a minute.
Oh, that's right. She was in that show, wasn't she?
Yeah. Charmed. The season...
I kind of forgot all about that, her career. Yeah,
I kind of forgot all about that, too, until, recently. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's her. She was cute in Who's the Boss back in the 80s. But so was Punky Brewster. You don't see Soleil Moon Frye going out and, biting the hand that feeds her. No.
Fun fact about Who's the Boss. Tony Danza is an English teacher now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
New York.
What does he teach? Like the Ebonics vowels? Like, hey, oh,
I teach us how to say Angela, Mona, Jonathan. Yeah.
Tony. Maselli.
Tony Maselli. Remember when you could watch TV and actually watch a sitcom and laugh?
Yes.
And there was you could throw a rock and find a good show on TV.
Yep.
Remember that? Remember those days?
Yep. Now you can't.
You can't do that so much unless you go to Netflix or Hulu or something.
And that's where we kind of live, in Netflix and Hulu land, because there's nothing else to really. There's nothing else to really watch. We don't have.
There is one thing on TV, and I'm going to get on my soapbox about this. I'm going to pull the box up and talk to you because, let me tell you, there's a funny show on FX.
Uh-oh.
And thank God for it, because it is a rip-roaring, hysterical comedy. If you've ever seen the mockumentary What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh my God, I love that show. I love that movie.
It's on FX now, and it's got a different cast from the movie. But it's following the vampires in New York in their mockumentary. It's hysterical.
So is this a sequel or a continuation?
It's a continuation, but they've adapted it for television. And the best part is Taika Waititi is involved, and also Jermaine Clement from the movie.
Oh,
they're producers and directors on this whole show.
That's awesome.
The character you have to watch, who is stealing the whole show for me, is the fellow playing Nandor the Relentless. I am from the Ottoman Empire. I am an old vampire. But, what I was known for was being relentless, because I was always relentless in my attacks. I pillaged the village, and I would hear people go, "No, please, no, don't pillage me." And I go, "No, I'm pillaging everybody, you included."
No.
And his assistant, Guillermo wants to be a vampire so bad and keeps following him around. And Nandor has just no idea of modern society. None. He doesn't get it. He is absolutely out of time. So they're preparing the first episode. They're preparing for the arrival of their big vampire leader, and they're in the Dollar Shop Club or the grocery store there. And they're in the arts and crafts aisle. He goes, "We must get decorations, Guillermo. Look, creepy paper. Oh, creepy." And he's loading up his cart.
Crepe paper?
Crepe paper. And Guillermo goes, "No, master, that's crepe paper. Creepy paper. Ooh, multi-pack creepy paper." He just keeps throwing all this crepe paper in the cart.
Creepy paper.
I want to get some glitter. Why, master? I want to sprinkle it all over my face and my body like Twilight.
Oh my God, no.
And then they shoot a look like Guillermo looks at the camera going, "Oh, that's not creepy at all, isn't it?"
Oh my gosh.
If you haven't gotten to watch it, first off, do yourself a favor, get the movie. Watch the movie first, so you'll understand the premise behind the show. Then watch the show.
Okay.
The show is just as funny as the movie.
I've seen the movie, and the movie is freaking hilarious. You see the TV show, and
it's just not as good.
Yeah.
It really equals up to it.
Well, the movie's that was in the 90s or something, right?
No, it was 2014.
Oh, it was that recent?
Yeah, it was that recent.
Oh, wow. I watched it a couple months ago and laughed my head off. It was so funny.
Oh, it's hysterical. It's hysterical. The parts of the movie killed me. They one of the old vampire that they have living with them, he dies in a horrific. The sun pours in to his room, so he burns alive, right? And the documentary crew is watching it, and they're all sad. And Jermaine Clement, with a straight face and being very serious about it, marches his ass to the camera and goes, "Turn that damn thing off! Can't you see our friend was tragically killed in a horrible sunlight accident?"
Now, in that one, he had a familiar. He had a woman that was helping him,
yes.
Also wanting to become a vampire.
Yep.
And she
gets turned into a vampire.
She gets turned into a vampire, but there was something funny about it with, he just didn't feel right doing it. I don't know.
Well, she brought the premise of the movie. She brought over some victims for them.
Yes.
Okay? and one of the victims got turned into a vampire.
Who then turned
and
her.
the victim in turn turned her into a vampire.
Right.
And it's one of the guy's familiars, and he's looking at her like, I would appreciate it. I don't think it's cool that you turned my familiar without my permission into a vampire.
Right.
Now what am I going to do? I don't have a slave.
It's a good movie. It's funny. It's really funny.
It's comical.
It is comical.
And it's well written. Which is what you want in a movie. We saw the movies the other day. We went out and we finally saw Captain Marvel.
How was it?
It was very entertaining.
Was it?
It was. It really was. It was very entertaining. And I thought, I'm not going to like Brie Larson's performance. It was actually pretty good. I think she got a lot of crap. And let's not talk about what she went off the Hilton said. But she got a lot of crap for taking on the character of Captain Marvel. She did very well. It was an interesting story to it, showing that actually the Kree are really the bad guys of the universe, and she turned against them and became a good guy. And it had a lot of Sam Jackson. You get to see Nick Fury early.
You get to see him like pre-Shield, right? Like
pre-Shield. You get to see how it all came about, how he decided to do the Avengers Initiative, how he lost his eye, truthfully. It's funny how he lost his eye. It's kind of amusing. It's not how you think.
Okay, I'm looking something up because I want to read this to you because it's so funny. Okay, I spelled it wrong. Okay. Now, I think you're familiar with this because I think you used to say it to your missus. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna see if I can do it. Here we go. Soft flirkin, warm flirkin, deadly ball of fur, hungry flirkin, vicious flirkin, purr.
Yes. That is the cat, the flirkin. Goose the cat. And it's kind of funny, like, Fury is holding the cat in a couple of things, and he's like, who's your good kitty? Doing all this crap. Now, the aliens that are the enemies in the movie are called the Skrulls. They're a shape-shifting race. One of the Skrulls is captive with them, and, Fury's holding Goose, the cat. And the Skrull backs up, and he's, like, terrified. He goes, oh, dear God, get that fucking thing away from me. He goes, what? It's a cat. No, that's a flirkin. It's a flirkin. What's a flirkin? You're holding a flirkin. And he holds it up, and he keeps, like, tormenting the Skrull with the cat. Get him. Ah! Trust me, man, you don't want to. You can just get it away. And Fury actually sees what the Flurkin can do in the movie. He's like, God damn, don't eat me. You remember, I'm nice to you. I love you. Don't eat me. Remember me? I gave you them treats. Don't eat me. That's all he keeps saying the rest of the movie when he finds out, don't eat me.
And it's like, irritated. Happy Flurkin, irritated Flurkin. And I read a thing about when Thanos snapped his fingers, he ended up killing animals and plants and insects too, because it was half of all living things.
50%.
50% of all living things. And so what was interesting was there was an article that I read that said that makes us really sad because what about Goose? What about Ant-Man's ants? What about the Astro Dog? Did they die too? Cosmo, the Astro Dog. Did they die too?
I don't know.
We don't know.
We shall see, though.
We will.
We shall see.
And if they did die,
there'll be later.
I think there's going to be animal vindication.
The Pet Avengers will take form. You think I'm kidding? That's an actual comic book.
No way.
Yep. It's like a bunch of the animals of the Marvel Universe that are pets that actually have superpowers are Pet Avengers.
Oh my God.
Now Rachel's sitting there going, I gotta look this up.
Yeah, hang on. Oh my God.
Told you.
There really is a thing. Lockjaw and the Pet Avengers.
Lockjaw and the Pet Avengers. Lockjaw, the dog of the Inhumans. Get your geek on with us.
Oh my god, there's a giraffe. Oh, no, okay. There's a toad Thor. What?
Yep, Frog Thor.
Oh my god, Hawkeye's a hawk!
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay,
Rachel is amused now.
Saber-toothed dragon. Okay, so there's a big dog, a saber-toothed tiger, a dragon, a fluffy dog. It looks like a tiger, a hawk, a toad. Oh my god. This is hilarious. I wonder how a Flurkin...
Is it not amusing?
Oh, there's a regular cat in this too. Oh my god, it's almost like Tiny Toons and the Avengers had babies.
The cat is probably Goose the Flurkin.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm dying. I'm dying at the Thor toad. I mean, he looks like Thor, but just a frog. That's hilarious. Oh, that's just wrong. That's just wrong on so many levels. Sometimes you just go too far.
Well, sometimes, and then sometimes you actually do pretty good.
Unless you're Joe Biden, then you're always going too far.
Creepy Uncle Joe. Hey kids, what do you know? Oh, it's just creepy Uncle Joe.
There was a picture of him headbutting Keisha Lance Bottoms, I think. I'm like, and she tweets, she's like, oh, I had a very wonderful time talking to Joe Biden. And I'm like,
did you?
Did you really? You kind of look a little weirded out with the fact that he's leaning over and headbutting you. What the hell? What the hell?
I don't know about you, Rachel, but I think that's a podcast.
I do. I think that's a podcast. I do. So next week we'll probably talk about Bill Clinton feeling up his secretary. I don't know. Or
Imagine that every day.
In other sexual harassment news.
Lord.
Oh, it is an easy target. And I wanted to think myself above all that and be like, nah, it's an easy target. I'm not going to go there. But I totally go there. I'm not above it. I'm not above it. Why? Because it's funny and it's inappropriate and it's irreverent. And that's what we do here at Duh. Irreverent.
Yes, and more yes.
We are equal opportunity insulters and we are irreverent on every level we can possibly be when appropriate. Anyway, that's all I got.
That's all I got too. It's time to go. It's time to go. Shut it down. We're done. Shut it down.
See you later. Bye.
There's no more to see here. Really? You stayed for the end of the movie? There's no more.
Bye-bye. No more peanuts. There's no more peanuts. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thanks for joining us here at the Department of Understanding Humans, also known as Duh. Just remember, this is our circus. These are our monkeys. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media outlets. You can find all of our podcasting streams and feeds at our website at www.dawebsite.com. That's D.U.H website.com. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great day.